Welcome to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here because we're tackling something that pretty much everyone struggles with at some point. Figuring out what to eat without feeling completely and utterly deprived. So today's focus is all about taking these really solid, scientific nutritional guidelines from our source material and transforming them into a super practical, totally hunger-free strategy to create a weekly meal plan. We're going to build this together, step by step, so you can easily visualize exactly what should go on your plate. Okay, let's dive right in.
So why do diet programs often fail halfway through? I mean, we've all been there, right? You start out so strong on Monday, and then bam, by Thursday, the diet fatigue just hits you like a truck. You're exhausted, you're hungry, and suddenly that leftover pizza is calling your name. Well, the truth is, the problem usually isn't your willpower. The problem is a plan that's based entirely on starving yourself. Today, we're flipping that script completely. We're moving away from constant restriction and shifting our focus to strategic ingredient selection.
Here's our agenda for today's Explainer. First, we'll cover the foundation of a weekly meal plan. Then we'll look at low-calorie, high-fiber fruits. Third, proteins to suppress hunger. Fourth, green vegetables and slow, complex carbs. Fifth, guilt-free healthy snack options. And finally, number 6, assembling your weekly menu. Okay, starting off with Section 1, the foundation of a weekly meal plan. The core philosophy here is actually beautifully simple. We need to choose foods that maximize the efficiency of every single calorie, keeping you full for hours while actively maintaining your body's overall health.
Moving right along to Section 2, low-calorie, high-fiber fruits.
When you are trying to manage your weight sustainably, fruit is literally your best friend. But, and this is key, not all fruits are created equal when it comes to that satiety to calorie ratio. We really want to highlight the absolute superstars here that perfectly balance high nutrition with incredibly low calorie counts. Just think about the massive amount of nutritional value you're getting for under 50 calories per 100 grams. You've got berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries sitting pretty at 30 to 45 calories. And beyond just being low-cal, they pack this massive punch of antioxidants that are essential for skin regeneration and brain health. Then you have kiwi, which brings in vitamin C and E while actively helping reduce cholesterol. And definitely don't sleep on papaya at just 43 calories. It contains the papain enzyme, which mechanically goes to work smoothing out your digestion.
But if we're talking about really crushing hunger, I want you to focus on this number, 9 grams. That is the sheer massive amount of fiber found in just 100 grams of guava. Because of that incredibly high fiber content, guava is arguably the ultimate hunger-crushing fruit for your diet. If you always find yourself getting snacky between meals, working guava into your daily rotation is a brilliant strategic move.
Here's another powerful number to keep in your back pocket, greater than 90%. That is the water content of a watermelon. Because it's mostly water, it gives you fantastic hydration and takes up physical volume in your stomach for very, very few calories. Our sources also point out pears as another top-tier choice here. They are packed with soluble fiber, which gives you this wonderful, long-lasting feeling of fullness, practically stopping those mid-afternoon cravings right in their tracks.
All right, on to Section 3, proteins to suppress hunger.
Protein is an absolute non-negotiable when you want to create a weekly meal plan that actually suppresses your appetite. It's totally essential for building and keeping muscle, and it is scientifically proven to keep you full. Let's look at 2 absolute staples you should be featuring heavily in your week. First up, boiled eggs. They are just phenomenal for optimizing your metabolism and giving you that sustained fullness. Second, skinless chicken breast. By ditching the skin, you get an incredibly lean source of protein that helps build up muscle mass without all the extra fat. These right here are your foundational proteins.
And we can elevate our protein game even further with omega-3 rich fish. Think salmon, mackerel, and cod. Including these in your weekly plan goes way beyond just muscle and hunger. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which basically act like a shield for your body by boosting your overall immunity and significantly reducing internal inflammation.
Which brings us to Section 4, green vegetables and slow, complex carbs. So, if protein stops the hunger, this combination is what keeps your engine running smoothly all day long without those dreaded midday energy crashes. Your plate absolutely needs green vegetables. Things like spinach, broccoli, and water spinach are practically calorie-free, yet they're bursting with fiber and essential minerals. I really want to highlight spinach specifically here, because our source material notes that it's known to help lower blood pressure. So again, you aren't just filling your stomach, you are actively taking care of your health.
Now, this next comparison is absolutely vital for your meal plan. You want to swap out those standard, quick-digesting carbs for complex carbs like oatmeal and brown rice. Think of these complex carbs as the slow-release energy battery of your body. Because they digest so slowly, the energy trickles steadily into your bloodstream. That stability means you avoid that sudden spike and nasty drop in blood sugar, which, by the way, is exactly what prevents you from getting hungry again an hour later.
To round out this section, we've got to talk about legumes. Mung beans, soybeans, tofu, and tempeh are fantastic traditional sources that give you a powerhouse double hit of both protein and fiber. If you want ultimate hunger control, especially if you're doing plant-based eating days, adding tempeh or tofu to your complex carbs is an incredibly smart, highly effective strategy to create a meal plan that works for literally any dietary preference.
Okay, moving to Section 5, guilt-free healthy snack options.
Look, it is completely natural to want a snack. The goal isn't to ban snacking entirely. The goal is just to upgrade your snacks so they work for your meal plan instead of sabotaging it. Here are 3 awesome options you can feel great about. First, plain yogurt. It's low in sugar and mechanically amazing for your gut health. Second, dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me. You can have chocolate. It's loaded with antioxidants and gives you that sweet fix without ruining your progress. And finally, green tea. Research actually shows green tea actively assists your body's natural fat-burning processes.
Let's bring it all together in our final synthesis, Section 6, Assembling Your Weekly Menu.
We've explored all 4 of our core pillars: fruits, proteins, carbs, and veggies, and snacks. Now, here is your literal blueprint to just run this whole thing on autopilot. Step 1. Start building your plate by choosing a slow, complex carb, like brown rice or oatmeal. Step 2. Add a quality, hunger-suppressing protein. Maybe that's some skinless chicken breast, some boiled eggs, or salmon. Step 3. Mix in a generous portion of those high-fiber green veggies, or maybe a side of berries or guava. And Step 4. Proactively schedule that guilt-free healthy snack, like plain yogurt or green tea, right into your afternoon. Honestly, if you just follow these 4 simple steps for every meal, you can create a weekly meal plan that's incredibly easy and remarkably effective.
So the whole big picture here is summarized perfectly by this quote from our sources: helps you feel full longer while maintaining body health. A truly sustainable meal plan is never a test of your endurance against starvation. It's a calculated, deeply nourishing strategy that prioritizes lasting satiety and long-term vitality.
And that leaves us with one final thought for you to ponder. Which ingredient is going to be the star of your weekly menu tomorrow? Will it be the massive 9 grams of fiber from a guava? The steady, slow-release energy of brown rice? Or maybe the immune-boosting power of salmon? The blueprint is entirely in your hands now. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see how you build your perfect plate.